Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and his son Yahushua HaMashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo and today is the 31st of December 2023 and I'm going to do a little breakdown on this strategy I'm developing using Camarillas and Vwap. So let's see here. What day was this? This was the 29th going into the 30th. Let's see here. All right, so the Camarillas were in an overlapping lower value relationship. This was Camarilla R3 right there for the day, and let's see. All right, this was Camarilla R3. This was Camarilla S3. On the previous day, this was Camarilla S3 right here, the green line. So Camarilla R3 moved down, right? But it did not move down below previous day's Camarilla S3. So it's an overlapping lower value relationship, right? So in that setup, you're looking for, it's like a moderately bearish setup, right? So you're looking for shorts, you're looking for rejections at Camarilla R3, right? So with that being said, we have this rejection here at Camarilla R3, right? We have some reversal patterns. This is the reversal bar right there, right? After we have 2 wicks to the top side, we have the reversal bar. We have some auctioning right there. And let me just show you how the Vwap, how I use Vwap, how that comes into play, right? So this is the upper deviation band. Let me just show you that bigger. Hold on 1 second. Right, so this is the second upper deviation band of the Vwap. Alright, my apologies, 1 second. Right, so this is the second upper deviation band. This is the first upper deviation band, and this is Vwap, right? So my strategy that I'm developing is using like Camarilla R3 rejections or breakdowns, like if it fails and breaks Camarilla R3, right? So in this setup here, it's a overlapping lower value relationship looking for rejections at Camarilla R3, and we're looking for breakdowns of either the second upper deviation band or the first upper deviation band. So right here we have the break of the first upper deviation band after the Camarilla R3 rejection. You get the auctioning, you get that selling right there. And actually I found this trade a little late, right? Because when the notification came in, I didn't get it exactly when because I have these alerts set when they break these bands, right? So I actually caught this trade at this level here, but this was probably the entry I should have taken, right? At this candle, this breakdown candle right here, or at the like this candle right here, right? So took this entry right here. Let's see. I think it was 42,382. Hold on. Right, so 42,382.88. So it came down to the first upper deviation band right here, got some support, came back up to Camarilla R3 again. Now my stop is above Camarilla R3, above these wicks, right? So almost hit my stop, came back down. We kind of auctioned here a little bit. Right, had another breakdown of the first upper deviation band. Now this is a place where I could also add to the trade. So once we break this first upper deviation here, that's an entry. We break the second one, that could be another entry, but I didn't take another entry right there. So just pointing that out. And we auction again. Now you can see that excuse me. you can see that the selling isn't really strong, right? Because every time we break these bands, we get somewhat of a auctioning going on here, right? We don't get continuation. So when I see we hit these we got hold on one second. Right, so when we came down and we hit VWAP and we started to get buying coming in here, I was looking at it like, okay, I'm probably gonna start thinking about closing this short, right? But I gave it a little room. It came up here, it rejected, and we're going into the close, right? So the close of for Bitcoin is around 1900 hours, right? Or 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I was waiting to see what happens at the close. And then when we open again, we open bullish, right? So I just closed the trade, kind of break even. I think it was 42,379, right? So small profit, break even kind of trade, right? So this was telling me right here, when we start getting that buying right there, that this trade is probably not going to work to the downside because you're looking for breaks in the VWAP bands, right? Just like how we got initiative sellers at this point to push through that first upper deviation. That's what you're looking for, right? And initiative sellers breaking this upper deviation band, big selling candle. That's what you're looking for, right? So we didn't get that at VWAP. We got the opposite. We got those buyers coming in there, right? So when I start seeing that, I'm thinking, okay, it's time to close the trade because the sellers aren't getting continuation. So when the day opened again, we got a different Camarilla setup. We got an inside value day, right? So let me just put Camarilla R3 into perspective. Right. So Camarilla R3 has moved up. Camarilla S3 has moved up. Camarilla R3 has moved down, and they're moved within previous days levels, right? So it tightened to basically describe it. It kind of tightened this range, right, on both sides. So in those kind of days, you're either looking for a range kind of motion between the Camarillas, or you're looking for a breakout of either side, right? So it's a slightly different kind of configuration, but you're looking for now the same kind of rejection at Camarilla R3 to probably traverse to Camarilla S3. Now, again, you're going to see that the selling has no continuation to Camarilla S3, but let me just show you the setup again, right? So I closed this trade, right? And then we got this rejection here, Camarilla R3. Another upper deviation band rejection as well, right? So those are two rejections here at the upper deviation band. And then we got the selling that breaks this first upper deviation band right here. This kind of initiative reversal kind of candle right there. So that's when I took my entry. Took another short entry here. Let's see what. All right, that was kind of late as well. 42,319.67, right? So I need to catch these reversal bars when they break a little quicker, like somewhere around here at 42,358, right? So caught this one almost at getting to VWAP. So this could have actually reversed on me right there. So need to catch these a little quicker. But we got the initiative sellers. As you can see, it's a difference here with when we're breaking VWAP compared to this kind of level, right? This kind of price action, right? So we get an initiative sellers. A little buying came in. The response is initiative sellers again. As we break this lower deviation band, initiative sellers again, right? But now we start to get like a reaccumulation kind of vibe here where when we're breaking this second upper deviation band, right? We want to see the initiative sellers, and usually you get like a flush, right? Now, when I look back on the chart, it looks like you get roughly or average of 800 points, right? So you get like a 800 move when it breaks this with initiative sellers, right? You get like a kind of flush down. Now, when you don't get that, you got to be cautious of a break back above this first lower deviation, right? So I was looking at it. We didn't get that break. We got initiative sellers here again for continuation. So cool. We moving in the right direction, right? Let's see here. So now I'm looking for this continuation for another possible 800 drop, right? So from here, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it to drop about 800 points. Now, that lines up with floor pivot R1, which is another part of my strategy. So this is floor pivot R1 right here. So I'm looking for this move, right? So floor pivot R1 was at 41249.31, and I was looking for that flush down, a potential for that flush down to happen. Right now, looking at price action, when we got this initiative sellers, we got a little pullback right there. This is in the central pivot range as well with the pivots. This blue line is the central pivot range, right? So we got the initiative sellers here again at the second lower deviation band. So we got two of them, right? But then we started to get those buyers again. So we're not getting the real flush down. We're starting to get this it's like a reaccumulation where this here, that's the preliminary stop, that's the selling climax. We have like an automatic rally, a secondary stop, and then we break back above this lower deviation, first lower deviation, and that's when I stopped out of the trade, right? So any break above this lower deviation band, the first one, is usually a time to stop out of the trade because you're usually going to get to Vwap, and if it has the buying power, they're going to push from Vwap. You see the initiative buyers are coming in here strong, right? They pushed above Vwap, and that's when you start getting the rejection here at the upper deviation, right? They came back to Vwap, reaccumulated, and pushed higher, right? So this almost turned into an uptrend where we're surfing above the second upper deviation band, but we came back, tested here at the first upper deviation, tried to catch that uptrend here again, sailing above the second upper deviation band, but then ran into Camarilla R3, that's that yellow line at 42732.58. And that's when we started to kind of lose gas right there. Now, with the break of this second upper deviation band, it's a little different now because of the Camarilla setup, right? Because remember I said in an inside value day, you could get like a breakout and a trend kind of vibe above Camarilla R3, right? So to take this short here is the probability of it working out isn't that great because now you have this buying momentum that's happening here, and you could easily get squeezed, right? So it did come back to Vwap, and now it's kind of sailing above Vwap there. So right now I wouldn't take any more shorts in this trade because this trade has today has shown that in this session anyway, it's shown strength, right? It had recovery here at the central pivot range, and we push up to Camarilla R4. So we could easily get buyers here at Vwap and push this higher. And as far as taking a long trade, right now it's not really, we're in a kind of like a little downtrend, right? If you look at price action, it's in a downtrend. So this is a retracement long. I'm not looking for longs right now. I'm looking for continuations to the downside here. Right? So when we get these rejections, I want to see it start failing now and setting up again for a continuation to the lower side. Yeah, and that's like a little breakdown of my strategy I'm trying to carve out here, man. So I'll keep you all updated. So basically all the trades have to look the same way. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a strategy, and I'm taking screenshots of these trades, so you'll see more confluence in like my trading. It'll look the same way, right? Like all the setups supposed to look the same way if you're really sticking to a strategy. You know what I'm saying? And this is also here. This is also a reversal strategy, right? So if we get like a break above this first lower deviation band, it's usually a buy, right? Could take a buy to VWAP and this level here, this upper deviation band. So working on that as well. All right, y'all. So it's Malak Shalomo. Y'all trade safe, and I'm gonna see y'all next year.